Alright, hello and welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be in the VK2801 on Sand River for this one, and another example that I'm going to be showing you of how well you can basically win this map when you play the South, like how easy it is, right? Because the South is just one of the best areas you can go on this map in a light tank. I know a lot of people like to try and mess around in the mid, or they might try and go north or whatever. Go to the south. I'm telling you guys, like every time I'm on this map and I go to the south, I feel like I'm giving my team a really, really good chance to win on this map. Like 60% of the time, maybe more, right? Like I just feel like I understand this map extremely, extremely well, and risking it for the biscuit, risk it for the biscuit, as Skill would say, going to the south, like it just pays off more times than not for me. So on this particular, well, in this particular game, I actually found that they didn't send anybody to the south side of this map, which is rare. Even in a tier 5-6 game, a lot of times you will not find one side of the map wide open. I know people like to joke around and say this happens often, but it doesn't happen often, right, guys? You will get teams that will do this on occasion, but to leave one side of the map completely wide open like this, it's rare, and me and the Leopard both take advantage of it. I guess this guy's just kind of trying to do what I'm doing, but the VK3001H appears. I'm going to get a snapshot into this guy. The VK2801 is very good at this. I was 3-marking, well, attempting to 3-mark the 5916 and the VK2801 back to back. So when I played the 5916, man, don't try and take this shot that I just took into the VK3001H. Like I'm telling you, you will never even come close, but this tank can do it, right? That's what I kind of like about the VK, is that its gun is fairly accurate and it works pretty well. And I found that I had to do more damage in the VK and more spotting in the 5916. So this game, though, it's kind of a little bit of everything. You can see the guns being a little bit trollish now, but I'm just going to basically hold the left mouse button for this T-34 that's over here. We end up cleaning him up. He didn't even move, and you'll find this at the lower tiers, man. Wolverine is poking here. I'm able to get a shot into him as well. He's pulling back, and we're just taking advantage of this, right? We're taking advantage of them leaving basically 3/4 of the south side of the map open, and we can get shots into Jackson. We're able to sneak one more into him there. I load the APCRs for the Jacksons, guys. You would think this tank has no armor, but I'm telling you, the Jackson actually has some trollish frontal armor, like the way it's angled. It's something really, really weird, man. And you will even the lower tiers, like the Wolverine and the M10, if I was in a tier 5 and the pen wasn't quite as high, same thing. Same thing on the M10, same thing on the Wolverine, but the Jackson is even more so because the Jackson has slightly more armor, but the profile, like the armor profile, is still exactly the same. So I'm just going to continue to poke here, guys. This team seems to be kind of being outplayed, my team in the north, and Crusaders kind of flanking here. My people are dying, and I'm like, goodness gracious, man, I can't buy a win today. Like, I'm trying my best, guys, to you know, get a win with this vehicle, but I just felt like every team I was getting on, I was having to carry very hard, guys, and sometimes that's the case, man. Like these lower tiers, you'll find that players are not quite as good at the game, but I just hated being on the losing team all the time, man. So like I'm trying so hard, taking blind shots, man. I'm being very aggressive here. I'm on the front lines, and I'm just trying my best to take blind shots at the arty and like do anything I can safely, right? Eventually I cannot hit these guys. They're all below the ridgeline. Jackson actually bounces me there. I don't know what he hit. Maybe the top of the side of the hatch or something like that. And at this point, I'm thinking, all right, let me pull back a little bit, see if I can use my view range to outspot these guys, because I know that the VK was over there. He died, but it's just, you're so uncertain, right, man? In some of these games, I don't know if these guys are going to try and push into me or not, so I'm trying to use view range rather than poke up in the same area constantly, because they do have enemy ARTA, right? The enemy ARTA has not targeted me, thank God. But you just have to always keep in mind, like, when you continue to poke in the same location over and over and over again, people are going to know where you're going to be poking, right? I get spotted here taking shots at the G-Row because I'm trying to use my gun, man. Like, I'm just trying anything I can to help this team. I'm at 1,000 damage. I'm trying to get all this damage, you know, with this little 110 damage gun, right? I don't know what the millimeter is on the gun. The caliber, rather. It's a 75 millimeter. With this 75 millimeter, guys, I'm trying to like carry this team, right? And we're able to do it. Actually, we're able to clean up the M10 here. We got a shot into the Jackson before. We got a couple shots into the G-Row. We were getting shots into the VK. Like, we're just shooting everyone. The Wolverine, the M10, like whatever is appearing, guys, I'm hitting it in this game. Like everyone that's appearing, I'm hitting them with the gun. And we're going to flank the G-Row here. Wasn't even needed. And now we're in a situation where we have another close game, and I need to think. That's what I need to do, man. Like, the thinking cap needs to go on when these games get close, and I need to really do my best to carry the game and help out the team, man. Because I have the ability to do so. It's just sometimes I do not think well enough, guys. I just showed you a replay where I 3-marked this vehicle, and I just wasn't thinking well. I ended up throwing a game on that map. I can't even think of the map now. Redshire, I think it is. And yeah, we ended up throwing it, man. Because sometimes you're just not thinking. So when these games get close, I have to like take a moment and breathe and go, all right, man, I got to carry this one, right? Like, we got to put the team on the back, so to speak, and we got to carry this game. M4 is trying to help out here. M10 is staying in the back. I don't know where the KV2 is yet, so we'll find out in a minute. I'm trying to clean up Artie here, and then it's just the KV2, right? Leaf hits me kind of in the corner of the tank. Luckily, he doesn't pen. I'm going to clean up the M44, getting both Artie, Pascucci's. We love Pascucci's, man. And now the M10 falls to the KV2, so I run back and defend the base, clean up the KV2, and I'm looking at the HP, and I never knew what this guy's HP was, which was kind of concerning. So KV2 is now here, and I'm thinking, all right, I need to use the M4A1 as basically bait for the cap. So what I'll do, actually, I can look at it the other way, right? M4A1's capping, I'm kind of baiting the KV2 because I know this guy can't get back in time. I'm trying to hit him here, and oh my goodness, man, we could not hit this guy. Like, this gun, I'm telling you, it was working so well. I tell you guys that it's working well, and then I eat my own words, and I'm trying to shoot this guy, and I can't even hit him. And then, with the HE, this guy bounces me. Can you guys believe that? I don't know what he bounced on. I really don't know. I don't know if it, like, went off the side of the track or something like that, but this was so lucky, right? It was so lucky that I was able to bounce this HE shell. This should never be able to happen in real life. Guy tries to ram me. I focus my shot there underneath his turret, right into the middle part of the tank, because there's a flat piece. Like, the whole turret is flat, but the part where the gun, actually I should say underneath the gun mantlet, the part where the gun is, you can ricochet off this, man. I've done it many times. I give him a little wiggle with my gun, but honestly, this guy would have never made it back to the cap anyway. So we would have been fine. M4 would have capped out, but how lucky is it to bounce a freaking shell from the KV2, guys? This is like a 150 millimeter or something like that. Like, I just couldn't believe it, man. It's the HE, man. Like, this didn't used to be a thing. Years ago, if you hit someone with HE, that was it, man. Like, I only had 166 HP. This guy would have cleaned me up instantly. Back in the day, man, when you couldn't bounce with HE shells, because you shouldn't be able to, right? It just doesn't make any sense. Wargaming had to change that, man, and I kind of understand why they did, but at the same time, it makes playing the KV2 really frustrating, man. But anyway, we were able to come out with the win here, guys, and that's it. Sand River, man, always go to the south. We did 2,100 damage, 234 spotting, visible, 4 kills, and I'll show you guys the emplates, and I'll let you guys go. It was a mastery. 2296 damage, 441, so there was some blind stuff going on here. High caliber. We got the Pascucci's. We got 2 Artie kills, right? Should be Pascucci's. I think that's the Pascucci's medal there. And we're top by damage here, guys. Top by experience and top by kills. Like, dude, the south side of this map is just... I don't know if I'm lucky, but I always get good games going to the south side of this map, so I'm going to keep doing it until I get into... I don't know, games where it just doesn't work consistently. Like, occasionally I will go over to the south side of this map, and I'll find that I have to run away, we lose that side of the map, and then sometimes we'll lose the game, and other times I go over there, and I don't know, man, it's just, you end up getting outplayed, right? And you don't have enough support, and you have to come back, but more times than not, I'm usually able to win that side of the map over there by putting my view range in that area immediately, and you're spotting people that are coming in and then they want to stay back. They don't want to try and YOLO up, right? Because they don't want to get hit. What they don't know is they're pretty safe to do that. From their spawn, it's actually easier in my eyes to take the south side of the map because you have that back ridgeline that's all the way in the far south, and you can't get hit, man. But still, when you put your view range there immediately, it like scares people, man. And they don't want to push any further, and I don't know, I just find that it works very, very well for me. So you guys can try and do the same if you like, but try and at least just go to the mid then. Don't run that ridge line in the north. Like, I just feel like you're not doing enough for your team, man. Like, if you really want to go passive, then just try and go into those bushes in the middle. I would try that. It's what a lot of other light tankers do. And you can even still kind of spot things in the south. But what you can do from there is spot the enemy tank destroyers as well. So that's helpful. But I hope this helps you out, guys. Again, I was running this thing with bounty vents, bounty low noise exhaust, and bounty optics when I was having any kind of map, getting into any kind of map where I had to spot, basically. And then on the city maps, I just ran this, like the vents, improved aiming, and also rammer. Rammer is pretty important when you're on city maps because it helps out the DPM of your tank, and you need to do damage, right? On the city maps, like, you have to do damage, guys. It sucks, but like, if you're going to 3-mark a tank, man, you got to have rammer on the city maps. Like, run the rammer and like V-stab or something like that. Something that's going to help the aiming. Hope all this helps you guys out. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.